In this video, we're going to show you how to replace the EGR tube on your Ford Explorer. It's located on the back passenger side of your engine. I want to go ahead and remove our intake tube and the top portion of our airbox lid. I'm going to start by using our flathead screwdriver. Loosen the clamp here, or the hose clamp. I'm going to come on over to our air temp sensor right here. You can either pull the connector out or pull a sensor out. Ours came out with a sensor. We have our mass airflow sensor here. Now there's a tab right here you can press down. You can use a pocket screwdriver, gently go on the back side. You're just going to work that tab, that lock button down here. I want to disconnect this. Ours is stuck a little bit, so I'm going to use our flathead screwdriver, and I'm gently going to go in here and just kind of twist it and give it a little bit of leverage here to work that connector off. Once you have those two sensors off, on the lower portion here, there's going to be two spring clips that lock the lid to the airbox base. I'm going to go ahead and pop this one here. Then we're going to go ahead and repeat for the other side. Go ahead and grab the intake tube, wiggle that off the throttle body, lift up on that airbox, and pull that off, set it aside. We're going to remove our oil-filled tube here. Comes down to a clamp down here to our valve cover. So we're going to use our pliers and loosen that clamp. Try and work that up. Go ahead and twist and remove that. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shove a paper towel inside the oil-filled tube so that nothing falls down inside that while we work. We're going to use our 1 1/16 open-ended wrench, and we're going to go down to the nut on the top of the exhaust manifold on the passenger side. Now we did soak this down liberally with some rust penetrant. I want to go ahead and loosen this nut. You don't have a lot of room. It's going to take you a little bit of time to do this, so have patience. And as you're doing this here, go ahead and work that nut back and forth, breaking up that rust. All right. We're able to get that nut loose. So let's go ahead and move up to the top. To make things a little bit easier for us, we're going to go ahead and move our heater control valve out of the way. There's just a vacuum hose right here. Go ahead and pop that off. I'm going to go ahead and pull this up and tuck this over here. I'm going to use one of these little wire tie things. I want to go ahead and put that in there. Ours is a little bit short, so we're just going to double up on that. Just to hold that up out of the way. That's going to give us some more access to that EGR tube right through here. There are two rubber tubes here. There's one on the top here, one on the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and use our pliers, our hose pliers, to go ahead and pull those off of the tube itself and tuck those back and out of the way. So we have access here. And continue working this here until we get this loose, and then we'll go ahead and remove it from the vehicle. All right, we have that nut loose right here, so we're going to go ahead. We should be able to reach down there and continue spinning that off. Go ahead and swing that out, and we'll remove that. When we install our new EGR tube here, we're going to go ahead and install the upper portion first and then set the bottom in. You can't set the bottom into the exhaust manifold and then push this up and in. So let's go ahead and lower this down. Okay, we have, try and get that upper nut started here. Okay, we're threaded into the upper portion. Let's go ahead and reach down, get to that lower nut here. I'm going to try and thread these down as far as we can by hand. Well, let's go ahead and snug these down with our wrench now. Before we tighten down this upper nut here super tight, we're going to go ahead and tighten down our lower nut now. All right, we're getting this pretty snug now. We're going to go ahead and tighten that down. You want to make sure that's pretty tight. Okay. Let's go back up to the top one. We'll finish tightening this one down. All right. With both of those nuts tight, we can now go ahead and install the two rubber hoses. Go ahead and cut your tie strap if you did do this process. Swing that back over. I'm going to hook up our vacuum port. Go ahead and remove the paper towel from our oil fill tube. Go ahead and press this down. Get that seated. Go ahead and use your pliers there, and we're going to work that clamp back down. We're going to now install our upper air box. Going to line up these three tabs with the base on your air box. Go ahead and get the intake tube worked onto your throttle body. Let's get tightened down this clamp. Tighten that down. It's going to install our temp sensor here. Let's install our airbox lid clips. Should be two of those. Then we'll install our mass airflow sensor connector. And you're all set.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.